Okay. Thank you. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Thank you. Good morning, everybody. The Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am pleased to have you all here. Thank you for turning up. Today, I want to update the nation on the status of Kenya's candidacy for the African Union Commission chairmanship. But before I proceed, let me thank the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga for the fruitful meeting and progressive discussions we have had this morning. As you already know, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga is Kenya's candidate for the chairmanship of the African Union Commission in the elections slated for February next year, that is 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, on this, we have a visionary leader to fire up the African Union to greater levels. The Right Honorable Raila is a Pan-Africanist who naturally espouses the Think Africa above all guiding principle of the AU Commission. Indeed, he holds dear the African Union's ambition of being a people-centered organization. The candidates' experience and leadership philosophy align with the AU's Commission's values of efficiency, professionalism, and respect for diversity. We have no doubt the candidate will pursue excellence in line with the continent's collective aspirations of the Africa we want in 2063, as framed in the AU's development framework. Let me laud our President, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, for fully endorsing the candidate and continuing to extensively engage with his counterparts in diverse regions of the continent. So far, our candidature has been positively received. The President has energized our foreign policy, thus successfully positioning our country as a champion of African affairs in the international arena. As the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs, I continue to amplify the President's Track 1 diplomacy by engaging my counterparts across the continent. We do all this for the good of our people, Kenya's national interest, and the prosperity of our continent. Ladies and gentlemen, based on the principle of interregional rotation, this is the time for Eastern Africa to nominate a candidate for the position of African Union Commission chairperson. Therefore, as per the schedule of the AU elections calendar, the deadline for the submission of the regional nominations to the AU Commission is 6th August 2024, 2 months from now. Overall, the campaigns are led by the state with highly experienced and knowledgeable officers. The State Department for Foreign Affairs has established a campaign secretariat which includes the candidate's strategy team. The secretariat will prepare all the briefs for use by the candidate, develop campaign materials, including digital presence, and prepare for the public debate to be broadcast live to African citizens. This will take place 6 months before the election date. Currently, the team is drawing up preparatory and application documents together with requisite translations of the resume into 6 AU languages. That is French, English, Kiswahili, Arabic, Portuguese, and Spanish. This should be ready for submission to the AU Secretariat by the end of June 2024. An empirical campaign strategy has been developed, which includes identifying opportunities, challenges, and risks that our candidature faces. Additionally, the campaign involves outreach programs. Kenya is certain that our candidate, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, has credentials and the passion to advocate for Africa's interests globally and champion for more opportunities for Africa and her people. Ladies and gentlemen, having listened to Baba, I now wish to make the following concluding remarks. Indeed, despite the world becoming more fragmented and competitive, Kenya believes that multipolarity presents economic and geopolitical opportunities for Africa. Therefore, a whole of AU strategic approach to the emerging world will enable member states to project a common voice on global matters of consequence and enhance Africa's bargaining power for mutual benefit. And indeed, the Right Honorable Raila has summed this up. Therefore, for the continent to speak and act as one, the African Union Commission Chair the African Union will have to be more proactive and strategic in overcoming the persistent challenges that beset the African Union, namely funding shortages, logistical inadequacies, and the cyclic nature of conflicts. Additionally, the AU continues to grapple with cases of political instability and economic intricacies, weak international influence, and a new external influence driven by a new Cold War in the continent. As a continent, we therefore need to focus on dimensions that promote our unity and enhance sustainable development for the citizens of Africa. This will include infrastructural connectivity, and he has spoken briefly to that aspect from his previous assignment, reduction in costs of doing business in the continent, accelerating the realization of the visa-free program, and promoting a common language for Africa. Also important is environmental protection. The continent should work in one voice to campaign for reform of the international organizations and global financial institutions. The AU should be represented on the strategic international institutions, including membership to co-decision-making organs of the UN. We shall promote functional non-alignment that strategically seeks to establish mutually beneficial relationships globally. I may just want to emphasize here that the chairman of the AU Commission also holds the seat for Africa on the G20 forum. Ladies and gentlemen, the candidate, Honorable Raila Odinga, is a renowned champion of Think Africa above all. As per the AU values and inherently motivated by the AU vision, an integrated, prosperous, and peaceful Africa driven by its citizens and representing a dynamic force in the global arena. Our continental body should increase Pan-African awareness among a critical mass of citizens and promote the Africanization of our elites to properly contribute to Africa's development goals and discourses. Kenya therefore envisions an AU that drives the continent beyond silencing the guns to achieving peace, sustainable peace, and security for collective prosperity. We have a long experience of supporting the AU and regional bodies, as well as bilateral engagements to foster peace and security regionally and globally. We envisage an AU that will give a greater voice to the continental crisis that have often become forgotten conflicts, as other global crises elsewhere get huge humanitarian and political attention. As a government and a country, we wish the Right Honorable Raila Odinga God's speed in this noble endeavor for the continent. God bless Kenya and God bless Africa. Asanteni sana.